What's going on, everybody? It's the boys, Jack, myself, and Cleet here for another episode of the D.B.A.B podcast. Excited to be with you today as we are back in the studio here, respectively. We've been busy. It's that grind season for us all as we are in season for football. But we got a lot to talk about tonight that we are super excited. Obviously, we got our favorite topic of Be the Light. Cletus has got a great story for us today. Also, we're going to dive into high school football specifically here in Texas as we recap our specific weeks last week with week 2. Also, look around the state for other games that caught our eye, things that were crazy. I know for sure we'll talk a little bit about Hutto and Liberty Hill. That was an absolute barn burner. If you didn't know, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about week 1 of college football. How about them Buffaloes? Absolutely wild first week in college football. That's why we absolutely love it, because you just never know what is going to go down, right? And then we'll lead into week 2 of college football. We got some big games coming up this weekend. And then, of course, also this weekend on Sunday is the first week of the NFL, right? So we're going to dive into that. We're going to look to see the matchups. We also are in a Pick'em league, thanks to Jack. He shared that invite, so we're doing Pick'em, which got me motivated to create a little Pick'em league.
Yeah, like 10 of them.
For ourselves to do Pick'em between college and football and stuff. And then at the end, we're going to dive into some MLB because that playoff race is heating up, right? We got wild cards to look at, all that kind of good stuff. And hopefully the Rangers can pull their head out of their ass and make the final wild card spot. And Adam, what's up? Adam is joining the podcast today on the DAB podcast. And always, people know that you can find the DAB podcast anywhere podcasts can be found. We're on Apple, Spotify, all the above. Also on YouTube, also on Twitter. Check us out. Without further
It's
ado,
X now, Bubba. X.
sorry,
X.
it's gonna.
I
This
thought
be
you
hard for me to
almost
get
said
used to.
Tinder.
No,
One
I'm
of
not
us is
that.
on Tinder.
Wow, no, Facebook dating people. Let's go. Hey, hit me up on Facebook dating people. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? It's the D.B.A.B podcast with the boys. We got Adam here hopping on. What's up, Adam?
What's up?
What's up? Play up,
Well,
play
you
up,
keep messing
play
with your
up.
camera there, man. You makes
Well,
you
I'm
look
using my
skinny for
phone.
once.
I'm using
Makes
my
you look
phone. My
skinny.
freaking computer died.
Oh, that sucks.
Hey,
Well.
but we appreciate you being here. We always appreciate you being here, giving us your take. We talk some football, we talk some baseball. But before we begin, as always, we'd like to start off with our Be the Light segment. This week, Cletus has had a moment that he is going to share. So, Cletus, the floor is yours, sir.
I appreciate it, man. Hey, yeah, today, I was, saying hi to the kids, saying what's up. And I look up and on my door, it had a thing called it was a staff shout out, and I kind of look at it because, I don't really have much stuff on my door. I'm pretty plain Jane. Look at it. It says, and it said, my teacher gave me the best gift of all, believing in myself. And and it's from an anonymous student, but just it's like Coach Canepa, believes in me and makes me feel positive. So it was a pretty cool deal where I wasn't expecting it. It was one of those like I'm sitting there saying hi to the kids, what's up after lunch. I look up and there's a pink sticky note on my door, and my door is usually closed for the most part. So I was like, okay, sweet. And I look at him, like, oh, hell yeah, that's awesome. So, felt a little blessing come my way, that you know, that the positive vibes and the be the light, just is going through the halls, or at least a few people in ACUF America.
Amen. Amen, brother. That's awesome. Congratulations
Yes,
to
sir.
you. Also, shout out to that anonymous student for leaving that note and being inspired by
Our one and only friend. The one that never let me down, baby.
the one that never let Jack down. I want everybody to know on the show that Cletus has never let Jack down. The rest of us,
Ever.
we just keep falling down the ladder because of our own
Stupidity.
stupidity. So, but Cletus is reigning supreme. So congratulations, Cleet. Obviously, the Be the Light.
The
You
totem
embody
pole is
that.
pretty lonely up top.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what happens for winners. You get lonely at the top, right? But that's all good. Like I said, our Be the Light segment is our favorite segment, just because of the
Mm.
influence that we have on others, and then how they uh, are influenced by that, and how they reciprocate that back to us. Just let us know that we're doing our job right, and we're having a positive impact on not only our students, but just people every day in this world, trying to drum out all the negativity and just bring peace and prosperity to the world. Amen.
Facts.
Mhm.
Amen. Amen.
Facts. Facts.
Be the
Jack,
light, Cletus. That's a heck of a be
be
the
the
light,
light.
big guy.
Absolutely.
That's there's not really one I can say that's going to be better than that, but I do have to say that any I don't know if X or Twitter, whatever you want to say, but every week first of the week I've been hitting us with some in be the light moments or
Amen.
that stick out to me that
Positivity.
positivity be the light
Yes.
stuff. I'm sure some people think I'm being cheesy as heck, but some
Hey.
of it's fitting for what the week it happened or
Yeah.
this nonsense. Well, this week's was positions are temporary, ranks and titles are limited, but the way you treat people will always be remembered. And then I
Amen.
tweeted, above all, love one another,
Amen.
which that's good old Mavi. It's old good Bible reference, but that it seems fitting, especially for the way things are at times, because we think, man, I'm this guy, I don't need to do this, or this person does this, they don't need to do that. Like it's just they're just down the way, they're gonna remember, and down the way, down the way, I don't want them to remember me as the a-hole or a jerk. I want them to remember me for how I treated them. So that kind of seemed fitting. And Adam has a big tweet when he got popular was it's more important to be nice to people.
Amen.
Yeah,
Amen. And
but be the light, baby.
amen. And just to go off of that for our viewers, like what Jack does and what he's been doing recently on X, aka formerly Twitter, he may feel like it's cheesy and stuff because the name of the game nowadays is being on social media and getting stuff out there to kind of be more of like, hey, look at me, that we see a lot of in high school football now and especially in college football and stuff. But like, and again, this just what Jack does comes truly from the heart. You know what I mean? And all that stuff, it's perfect. It's good. I love liking it and retweeting it. Go follow Jack on Twitter, and you'll see some good stuff on a weekly basis or whatnot. Adam, I'm curious here. Obviously, you're not a coach. You're in the world of logistics, doing that thing. You're popping it off, doing a great job there. Do you
Nice
ever
catfish
have?
whiskers, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking good with the hair and stuff. It's looking good, baby. Um, and it doesn't have to be anything recently, Adam. But like, have you ever had something along in your line of work where it can be considered like a be the light, whether it's a customer to you or one of your fellow employees, or what you've done to somebody or anything like? I'm just curious because obviously we always talk about stuff, but I'll be curious to hear from you because obviously you deal with people too in the real world, right? All that kind of stuff. So
That's a good question. I like that one. Well done.
I mean, we deal with, a lot of clientele. So, every now and then, well, we do have customers that come in and they are uh, super excited, I guess, for furniture, even though their furniture is their least of their concern. Only sort of because, they got most of the people we deliver to have a lot of their own money. So a lot of the times they're not even worried about, oh, well, I'm getting a delivery today. Okay, well, I work from home, so go ahead and bring it in. We get a lot of those customers. But a lot of the times our drivers are there and it's an older couple will be like, hey, I can't move this bed. So a lot of the times our customers will be like, hey, can you help us move this bed? I know it's a hassle. And so we do leave them smiling. They always leave good reviews. We get a lot of calls from, I would say, more happy customers than we do more upset customers. So, for the most part, my drivers do help me kind of enjoy being at work sometimes, because a lot of the times I have a job because of them. I used to be them, and now I kind of get to tell them what to do. I get to be the pencil pusher, is what I tell them. But everybody starts from where they are. That's where I started, and so it kind of reflects on how I would do their job. So it's kind of nice. It's kind of like a everyday be the light moment for me, I guess, so to speak, because they kind of do the job that I used to do, and they treat every customer the same, even though some of the customers might think that they're better than you, but at the end of the day, they're just people just like us.
Amen. And because at the end of the day, your job is a service job. So as long as you guys are out there doing your job but providing a really good service, it just builds credibility to y'all's line of work and to your company specifically. That word of mouth is still a thing nowadays with technology, but as long as y'all do right by people and be the light for them every day, no matter how big or small the task, it's just going to be more beneficial for y'all. So that's good, man. I was just interested and curious. Like you said, we have our be the light moments with students and stuff like that, but it's just curious to see in the real world um, some examples of that and whatnot. So thanks for sharing, Adam, as always. But all right, gentlemen. So last week was week 2 for all of us in our football world here in Texas. Um, Terrell Tigers victorious against Sunnyvale. Peacer Greyhounds got our first win on the board against Castleberry Lions. And then, unfortunately, the Roosevelt Eagles came up short against last year's state runner-up Holly, but put in a really strong performance. So, fellas, we're just going to talk about that real quick.
State champion, Holly, sir.
Excuse me, state champion.
Wow.
Excuse me.
The
I'm sorry.
disrespect you just put on them guys.
Wow.
Wow.
I apologize. I was not thinking
Slap.
correctly there. But
It's all right. I forgive you.
But anyways, Cletus, just kind of go off last week, talking about the Eagles, talking about that game a little bit, and then also kind of give us a look ahead about who y'all have this week.
Just kind of like what I told y'all. We did not deserve to win that game. As many stupid penalties and mistakes we made all night. I mean, we really did not deserve to win that game. Our defense played lights freaking out. 2 plays. We gave up 2 big plays. I was telling Josh before the podcast, the Holly has a kid that's going to Tech. He's going to be a Red Raider,
Wreck 'em.
and he's
Stop.
built different. Hey Jack, he's built different.
It's about the
And
brand, baby.
We I don't know what that, but we tried to tackle his butt high, and he housed it for about 60 on just a fast string.
Mm.
Which those kids will do that to you. Then they run GT about halfway through the 4th quarter and bust one for about 60. And so it's 2 big plays on their part, and we just struggled moving the ball offensively. First quarter we freaking took up like 10 minutes and 45 seconds. Like we just drained the clock and held the ball, and
Shorten the
I
game.
think shortened the game up. We got down to 25, then we got like 4 or 5 just stupid bonehead penalties in a row, and we look up and it's 2nd 41. So we go from 1st and 10 on the 25 to 2nd and 41.
How do you manage to do that?
Coach, it was like headsets were thrown. It was bad. It was a just again, but it was just us not executing, us just not doing our job.
DYJ, baby.
Yep. We score late, and we have a chance to get the freaking onside kick to tie it.
Mm.
And so, I mean, proud of our kids. We were talking about before the game, just can't get blown out. You cannot get beat by 30, or you're basically starting from day one again. Well, we play these guys, 14-6. You want to win, and I'm not big on moral victories, but
This is a moral victory.
yeah, it was we played a pretty good football team to the wire, and figured out, we're not a bad football team when we do things right. This week we go to Browntown, go to Brownfield, and
Go Cubs.
I hate those guys, so I want to beat the ever living ass off Brownfield. I hate Brownfield. I'm not too sure I know anyone who actually likes Brownfield. That's not from Brownfield.
Shout out, sister and aunt.
So
they love Brownfield.
That's awesome. That's 2. Okay, that is 2 people. So I hate Brownfield.
Our
So
aunt works there.
it's I say a big game, but it's just it's gonna be good. We just need to go execute. They're 2-0, but they beat Tulia, who is awful, and Post, who is
post.
better. They're better, but they're not great, you know. And so it'll be
About to
good.
be 3-0.
Hey Josh, put this man timeout.
Damn.
Put this man timeout.
Damn.
I would. You
We
slap
missed
ass.
Adam. We've missed Adam. So
I missed you, Adam. This would be.
You look like the Crimson Chin in this version of you.
I know it like
We
sucks.
are the
It's
Crimson
all
Chin.
elongated.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Better?
So anyway, but got our great opportunity.
33 and all. That's funny. You can't.
That's pretty good. But we're just pretty excited. Get opportunity to go compete on Friday and see if we can get to a winning record. Go being 2-1 is a lot better than 1-2. So
Facts.
get some
Facts.
momentum going towards district. That's I mean, the bottom line is these games to get you ready to play in our district, and so it'll be good. Pretty excited. Kids are excited. We had a great week of practice, so see how that goes.
Well, good, man. Well, we wish the Eagles nothing but success and good luck this week as y'all take on the Cubs of Brownfield. So good luck, Fleet. Go out there and GATA, my man, and stuff. But all right, flipping over to more East Texas here with the Tigers of Terrell.
Easy. East Texas, no sir.
Well, east.
We're far enough.
East of Dallas.
Maybe for you, Peaster.
East of Dallas, Texas. Excuse me. Compared to where Roosevelt is, it's East Texas.
I'd put East Texas. I'd put DFW or outside Dallas. I want to say East Texas because we don't compare with East Texas, big guy.
Okay,
it's the same shit.
Again, okay.
No, it ain't. Cleat, stay over there.
Geographically,
east of 35, you're East Texas. I'm sorry.
Stop.
Cleat needs to find himself a hat.
I do, dude. Adam,
you look sunburned.
Bro.
You look as red as this Bulls jersey right now, man.
It was.
They don't provide those. They don't provide those for losers, or what?
Hey, ease their chin.
This guy, man, he just doo coming in like a Rocky right now.
That's stupid, Josh.
You've been holding these up. Shut up.
I know. How long has it been, Adam, since you've been on the podcast?
It's been like 3 weeks, I think. About 3.
These are just being saved up.
He's been saved up. Just wait till Josh.
I didn't.
I'm about to say wait till the ball rolls over here. Start firing.
I was about to say I didn't realize that you would be that red. So and Jack didn't help you. He wore the red shirt. So
yeah.
Well, I didn't know. I've been. That's why it says Jack 2 over here. So your boy over here.
Your brother.
Is your internet going to be better?
I don't know.
Probably
we'll find out. But anyway, So anyway, I left my laptop at the school, and I wasn't going to go back to the school, so I just brought my iPad, and then this is a makeshift podcast because I forgot I was halfway home and I knew we were doing the podcast tonight, so I had my computer, my old school janky. Look at this thing; it's like an old TV. Anyway, I had it up, wasn't working. The camera wasn't working, so I had my iPad and my computer. So my sound was from my computer, but my face was from the iPad. And it was echoing, and it was terrible, and I just said, screw it, so I just said Jack 2. But anyway, back to East Texas football.
DFW football.
Anyway, last week, Terrell Tigers played Sunnyvale Raiders. We kept them in it. I will say we did some bad things, did some good things, and we kept them in it when we shouldn't have. I know good teams pull games off like that, but great teams finish them when they need to. I know at one point we were up 20 points. We get them, but we have a missed snap. They get back in it. They get down by 10, and we give them another chance to stay in the game, and we let them hang around longer than they should have. But it's all good teams finish those. So we played. I'll say this: we got some help in the back end, defensively and offensively, that help us look a heck of a lot better than we are at times because they're better than most athletes out there. But we can't. That's not going to help us throughout the way. We're going to have to be bring our A game the rest of the way, which, like Cleet mentioned earlier, these games get you prepared for November and December football. So big learning thing. So as you know, so shout out for Sunnyvale. They're going to have a heck of a year. They'll probably win district. They'll win their district title, and they'll make it first or second round, maybe even third round. So we root for them, even though it's like, even though it's a little bit of rivalry. But speaking of rivalries, it's not really a rivalry if you haven't beat them in 9 years. So, but Kaufman we play the good Kaufman Lions this week. They're a pretty solid team. They played Lindell and they played Crandall, which Crandall's in our district, and they've lost both games, and they're 0-2 and we're 2-0. But I'm not going to put the record by them because they're hyped up more than anything. Like, we're hyped up. So we're in a good one. We're going to be in an old school fashion fist fight. Whoever has the last slug wins, because the last 4 years that I've been here, it's a 7-point game, 3-point game, 3-point game, 7-point game. So they've all been close, really close, and the guy last second things happen in the last quarter in order to finish this thing. And so Kaufman's, we haven't beat it, like I mentioned. We have not beat them in 4 years, but overall they have not beat Kaufman since 2014. So it's really not a rivalry when you don't win. So Kaufman's had our number, and if we show up like we're supposed to, we have a bunch of injury bugs and sick bugs, but if we show up like we're supposed to, it's a pretty good game, and we end up 3-0 instead of 2-1. Like I beat Adam to the punch. But Kaufman's Kaufman. We expect their best shot. We're going to get our best shot and see what comes out. This week has not been our best week of practice. A lot of things have happened here in our school. I have like 3-day school week. AC's been out in our school. So a lot of craziness happens in our lack of focus. So I think we're prepared overall, but what team shows up for us? That's the big question. So we'll see, but we look forward to the game and old school fashion fist fight of East Texas fist fight, in the words of old Joshua Curtin up there.
Yeah. Anyways, like I said, wish the Tigers all the best. Obviously, you guys have had a lot of distractions this week, and hopefully those boys can regain their focus for this big game. Obviously, they got a chip on their shoulder. They got something to go prove. Obviously, you got some talented kids, but just letting them get reined in and understand like they can do something that hasn't been done in almost a decade now, which is beat Kaufman. So hopefully they're motivated. I'm sure you'll do everything you can to get those boys motivated, especially up front, to run over that ass and open up holes for those studs you got back there and whatnot.
Yeah.
So again, wish you all the best. I'm confident that you are going to be able to go 3-0 this week and whatnot. So all the best to Terrell Tigers this week as y'all take on Kaufman.
Stop that.
Pardon?
Stop that tomato. Stop it.
Oh.
All right, Mitchell.
Mud flat tomatoes.
How's it feel, Mr. Peaster?
Oh,
your first win as a Greyhound. How's
first
that feel?
win last week, homecoming week. We played Castleberry Lions, who look big on film and have some guys here and there, but just to be honest, they're not very. They'll probably be one of the more weaker teams in our schedule, but we went out and did what needed to be done. Beat them 38-7 homecoming night. So very exciting to get first win as a Peaster Greyhound. Personally delivered the game ball to our head coach as his first win as a head guy. So it was exciting. It was fun. The only kind of down part to our night on Friday was our own self-inflicted wounds. I think we had anywhere between 15 to 18 penalties. And some of those penalties were just effort plays throughout the game and stuff that sometimes you can't really control. But there was a lot of dumb mistakes that we're trying to eradicate from our mindset, just from these kids and previous stuff, whatnot. But just letting them know that football is played a certain way, and the way they were playing is not beneficial to us to win games. So like when we play better opponents, it's going to come back and bite us. You know what I mean? So just cleaning that stuff up. But other than that, we played well. We hit big. I think we had 3 or 4 explosive plays of hitting 50 yards or longer, scoring touchdowns. We had a pick 6. Special teams was really good compared to week 1. So that made me really kind of happy in terms of our effort and attitude, special teams, whatnot. But this week we got another big challenge. This week we played Jacksboro Tigers. They got some dudes that can big plays. There is their middle name, so if we can limit those for them, we'll definitely be able to be successful this week. If not, then it's going to be a long game for the Peace Greyhounds. But like I said, defensively, if we can stop their big plays, and offensively, if we can just go out there and execute and not do dumb stuff, we're going to be good, right? We got good kids here. We're getting more comfortable with the offense, all that kind of typical cliche stuff. But if we can just limit the self-inflicted wounds, the Greyhounds should be victorious again this week before we head off to go to good old Wall, Texas. But anyways, we're looking forward to it. We're excited. So tomorrow we're, obviously there for underclassmen, so it's gonna be excited to watch those young hounds play, and then Friday night on
Young Hounds, baby. That sounds pretty cool. Young Hounds.
Yeah.
Hey, Adam, I know you got a big opponent this week. I know it's called gas prices.
Oh.
You were saving that one, weren't you? Yeah,
Hey,
I mean, they're pretty tough, but I mean, that's everybody's way of life. So that's what they got.
What are the
Come
gas
on.
prices right now?
Come on, Coach. That's terrible. Quit being cliche with this, Coach. Tell us how you
Well,
really
I mean,
feel.
I can't
And
really speak on gas
what's your
prices
game- what's
because
your
I
game plan?
don't pay for gas. I just
your
pay
game-
them a
what's your
flat
game
rate,
plan?
and they distribute
Veer?
the.
Wishbone? Triple option?
Nah, we spread.
Air raid?
Air
So you
raid.
spread the prices out through different trucks, and you don't have to pay that much at the end.
Flex
Yeah,
rate.
that's it. That's it.
The flex rate.
Swing your sword, man. Swing your sword.
Amen.
I don't know
like-
about that.
Speaking of gas, I think it's like $3.18 a gallon here.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid it. I just drive to work and back, and it's literally not that far. And I try to hold off as long as I can until I have to put gas in it. And it's then you're like, when you do that, it hurts your wallet even more.
Yeah, you kind of shed a little tear when it gets done, and you look
oh,
up there,
no!
$70.
I think the cheapest and lowest is like $3.28 right now, but it's like $3.58, $3.48 is probably the most expensive.
You should get the Walmart Plus stuff and get 10 cents off at Murphy's. Knock it down $3.18 for you.
That a boy.
Yeah.
Proud
I
of
was
you.
gonna say
Look at
we
you.
get 3. We have 3.18 already.
Proud of you.
Yeah.
Look
Yes,
at
sir.
you.
Trying to be useful of all this other stuff to help us out, the pump. You know what I mean? But all right,
Pump,
gentlemen.
Facebook. Look at him, ladies.
Yeah.
Facebook dating. He's
Facebook dating.
he's
Hit me up.
he's
Go
a
find the
penny.
profile.
He's a penny pincher, baby.
Hey, I just know I'm really good with budgeting.
Walmart Plus saves you 10 cents.
Hey,
at
I'm
the
really good with budgeting and saving that money for our.
And he's a cheap date. He loves Dave and Buster's.
Oh,
Give
come
him
on.
give him the meal and the
pump.
points.
Damn, the Dave and Buster's.
Hey, you know why? Because he has a coupon. He has a coupon. Yeah, a coupon. Free drinks.
Still got coupons? Take those.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Oh,
All good over
Sorry.
there, Cletus, or what?
I'm watching the Utah-Florida game right now.
Oh, okay.
well,
Speaking of college football, gentlemen,
Stay right.
great
You're welcome.
transition.
I know.
Sorry,
Speaking of
I'm
college
watching
football, the week 1 of college football was absolutely dynamite for the most part, as college football always is. Diving right into it. Colorado and Coach Prime and them boys have showed out and put on a statement for the rest of college football that they are for real, at least for 1 week. Their schedule kind of is favorable for the next couple of weeks before they get into USC and Utah and some of those other schools. But what was y'all's reaction to Colorado going into Fort Worth and beating TCU the way they did?
Quarterbacks make a difference.
Amen.
TCU just should have kept running the football.
Trying to be cute.
TCU washed.
Quit trying to be freaking cute.
I think quarterback. They counted everything on Max Duggan. He literally facilitated their offense last year. He can run it, he could pass it. He's basically doing everything, and he just give it to their weapons outside. And
Right.
he was a weapon himself. Well, you got to.
Same thing.
He's
Sanders,
a weapon.
Same thing.
He's
Yeah.
a weapon. So
Mm-hmm.
Colorado's like, use him.
Right.
TCU used him. Might as well use our weapon. Like TCU kept it in, and I know what a big thing that people don't use advantage of is shortening the game. The time frame of the game has gone quicker because they don't stop the clock on first downs. And that, if you don't think so or not, you're full of crap. Because if you think about it firsthand, some of the fastest teams in the nation said they only had 4 series in a quarter.
Chip Kelly. Hope y'all sell
Yeah,
commercials.
like if you think about it, 4 series in a quarter for one team that runs the hell out of the ball, it makes it kind of a big difference. So if you get the ball 4 times in a quarter compared to when you used to 5 or 6, you're more likely going to score in 5 to 6 series than 4.
Right.
So that makes a big difference. So shorten the game. They've already shortened the game for you. Might as well take advantage and shorten the game. So like teams that waste time, run the rock, get first downs, those little deeper passes, and get down the field and score, more likely going to win. What is Adam's old saying? Control the clock, control the game. Well, that's how you beat a team like Colorado. Control the clock, control the game. Nebraska. I don't know if you watched Nebraska and Minnesota.
Mm.
That was an old school Big Ten game. They literally slowed the game down. Each team
Prime
would run.
example was Clemson. Clemson's game.
Yes, Clemson struggled. They'd get to the red zone 5 times and only scored 1 time.
Yeah, I mean, they struggled, but once the other team got the ball, I mean, they only scored 28 points.
Yeah.
I mean, they controlled the clock. That's exactly what they needed to do. They won the game. You take a fast team away from what they're used to, you can win the game every time.
Exactly. And then if you do that in the Big 12,
Texas
you
Tech, took them out of their fast
Wyoming.
game. Saw what
Wyoming killed them because they time of possession.
Hey.
Tech literally had 2 possessions in the fourth quarter, and Wyoming had 3, and the third one wasted a lot of time for Tech.
You don't go up to Laramie, Wyoming, and come out unscathed.
Yeah. Wyoming brought it. Wyoming brought it.
Yeah, they did.
I will say that. They brought it.
I was ticked off of that. If Texas hits damn field goals, if they make damn field goals, they win the fucking game.
I mean,
We're not having this
have you ever
conversation.
watched a Tech game in your life?
No, I haven't.
Field
Never had a
goals.
kicker.
I-
Them boys ain't never had a kicker.
They're scoring touchdowns,
Hey,
man.
so what you're
They
saying
did
is they
kick for
need to
rent,
do
and then they
the.
signed that dude the next day. They never
Hey.
had a kicker.
Hey, so what you're saying is
That's
they
history.
need to do that same thing this week against Oregon. Is kick for rent and see what happens.
Yes, definitely.
Who the
What
hell
else?
knows?
Another big game.
Utah beat the fuck out of Florida.
So LSU
Yeah,
got
they did.
embarrassed on prime time. Florida
Yeah,
State.
LSU lame.
Oh,
That's how I
They-
I
titled it.
love it.
Lame SU. Lame SU.
LSU trash, anyways.
They got embarrassed on prime time.
So-
TV.
So what makes
Whenever Brian Kelly can lose,
yeah.
good day.
What makes it so much worse for LSU is that they should have been out of sight in the first half. Like the amount of times that they had drives stall on 4th down in the red zone or close to the red zone, or times they had opportunities to pick the ball from Florida State because Travis was erratic and all over the place. Like there was one time I think Florida was backed up inside their own 10-yard line, and he just threw up this little silly pass, and it literally should have been picked with LSU getting the ball in the red zone, but they dropped the ball. They waste all this time, and then the second half, Florida State gets hot. LSU does not, and Florida State, who was a really well constructed team, and I hate to say that, really good transfers, good quarterback. They go out and absolutely donkey stomp LSU, who had no answer.
Ooh,
Right?
donkey stomp.
Donkey stomp.
That's a one way to say it, big guy.
Yeah, they did.
Donkey
Second half, they
stomp.
scored 31 unanswered points.
Eehaw, eehaw.
LSU, lame LSU. Now I got to worry about Florida State. But on the flip side of that, speaking of, Miami
I
played really well.
I still think the ACC is going to beat each other up. Like
Yeah,
going to Duke's going to Duke's going to be a challenge because they're going to shorten the game.
yeah.
Going to North Carolina is going to be a struggle.
Their defense is a lot better this year than it was
And
last year.
you got to think about Clemson. Their defense is young and they'll get going. They're going
Yeah.
to be hard to run the ball on. When they get an offense figured out, come on, Gary.
Yeah. When
you
they
get-
get it figured out.
When you get an offense figured
if
out,
they get it figured out.
if you have two good, you're pretty
Masuda.
solid offensively with Shipley and then the receiver. But if Clemson figures it out, so Florida State, Duke is tough to win. North Carolina, Clemson, like the ACC is going to be wide open. And I was telling somebody, it's like if Dabo does not win the ACC, He might be looking for a new gig.
I agree.
He would definitely start to get his seat would start to get hot. I would assume.
Like, but the other crap, like they say the hot seat, Sarkeesian's on the hot seat. Nah,
No, I don't think.
nah. I think Jimbo, of all the Texas schools right now, the one that at the hottest seat, you can smell his little ass cheeks burning.
Oh,
Is Jimbo Fisher.
hey
Dave
man.
Aranda.
Oh,
Aranda Baylor.
Aranda too. But I think Jimbo first, big guy.
It's
Come
warm.
on.
I definitely think
It
Jimbo.
is not
Now-
warm in Texas A&M. Shit. Don't be
It-
looking. Look at the
Bro,
So
Texas
overall
A&M
landscape.
trash. Texas
Look
A&M
at this
trash.
landscape.
They've been riding
big
the
guy.
Johnny Manziel coattail since he left.
And
That's 2013,
So-
man. Come on.
shit, man. Well, they looked. I saw more footballs being pushed downfield since that era. So which was promising.
Who'd they play?
The Children of the Blind. Nobody.
So here's gonna be
They
he'll
play
be their,
they play the Who this week in South Florida.
That's true, but that'll be their first test because and I'll
Yes.
be biased. Miami in their game against the fake Miami looked better than anything that was on the field last year,
Mm-hmm. Same.
and so
A&M looks the same thing.
And so this week for both teams, it's going to be a good measuring stick to see where they are. If A&M
Mhm.
goes out there and they beat the dog shit out of Miami, then I think A&M is going to be somewhat of a contender. If that makes sense. Now, do I think they're going to beat Bama and them? Probably not. But at least they'll be on the right side. Like
Put them
themselves
it'll look
down,
like
pal.
it would look like
LSU last year were
Jimbo
dog
is
shit.
getting the shit right. Now, if they go down and
Okay.
lose to Miami, then
I would say
Anything
okay.
happen.
Okay.
Anything
It
happen in
depends.
college football.
It depends how ugly or what the win and loss record is for Jimbo this year.
yeah, I honestly agree.
it's-
If they go
it's
5-7, he's definitely
Yes, 5 and
he's-
7 out.
He's
7
sitting,
and 5.
He's sitting right by Hades.
he's
right
all right.
now. Yeah.
Well, it's like we talked about last week. If he goes 75, how did that 75 look? Did he
Yeah.
get blown out by Bama, Tennessee, LSU, or were they
I mean,
close games?
I mean, you already told me one of his wins was School of the Blind. So, I mean, that's already not looking
That's
well.
one. That's one, baby. That's one. 6 more.
Farmer friend, baby. What's next? The North.
So-
What is it? South something. Mudhounds or Mud Dogs? What is
SCLSU
it?
Mud Dogs.
Mud Dogs.
SCLSU Mud Dogs.
Special team, the farmer friend.
Yeah, so
The,
it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be there were some good performances week 1. There were some performances that had left us, kind of questioning what type of team we're seeing.
Now,
Jack-
I was trying to ask Turn about this before we got going. If Napier is sub 500 halfway through, the Florida head coach,
What is he? 3 years in?
it's-
2. I think it's year 2. This is starting
he
year
gets-
2.
He gets one more.
He has one. You say one more,
Yeah.
but his hot seat, the hot seat's
Yes.
like on. The
Yes.
burner's on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he's
It's-
sub 500 halfway through.
Yes. And if they
Yes.
start off next year terrible, he'll be fired before the season's done.
Agreed with that.
Well,
his
again, like
buyout. What's his buyout? That's the question
I
too.
don't know.
Whatever his
Uh,
buyout
Florida can afford it.
Well,
Yeah, and I
yes,
don't-
I agree they can afford it, but the difference is the buyout thing is literally like, do we keep him a little bit longer,
Well-
so the buyout's not as much, or do we get rid of him early? So look at
Yeah,
the
you'd have to
buyout, so
just-
that'll tell you.
You just have to go look. You have to go back and look and see when they first signed him what his contract was, which I'm pretty sure was probably like a 5-year deal.
Well, now watch out now, baby. Florida
Well,
Gators.
it's also
SEC
it's
champs.
also the whole
Pump the brakes.
if you fire Billy Napier, who are you going to hire? It's that whole
Sarkeesian, baby.
it's that whole, you know what I'm saying? It's the whole,
Goddamn
okay, we're gonna fire
Jimbo.
this guy, but who's
Jimbo.
gonna replace him?
In Jimbo, we trust.
It's the Jimbo show, baby.
Man, get old ball coach back out of retirement. Get his butt back on the sideline with,
Shit,
with his
shit,
visor and his tablecloth pants. So
They just
come
go
on.
get Urban. Bring Urban back.
Big character guy right there.
Or
Yeah.
get big old Ed Ogeron back. You know,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind Edo. At
I don't know.
Florida,
We'll-
shoot.
go Gators, go Gators.
I don't know. We'll see. It'll be.
Ah, it
interesting to
just
see
doesn't
how
have the
that
same
works
ring
out.
to
It
it.
doesn't have the go Tigers.
It doesn't have the
Go-
it
go
doesn't have the
Gators.
same ring to it.
Go Gators.
That's because he's from Louisiana, so it's like the
Yeah.
Tigers. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. Go Tigers.
So
Go Tigers.
the the big one this week is or one of the big ones is Alabama, Texas.
I think that's the biggest game
Roll
this week.
Tide. Roll Tide.
I think
I have a Gatorade bet with one of our kids. I go because he had a damn ugly ass Texas sweater on today when it's 105. And I looked up and said, "Oh, pretty intelligent right there."
That's
off.
be the light. That's be the light for you, Cletus. Like, come on, man.
And then
And you
I
got a
go,
unanimous slip, and you're saying that?
hey, I'm also an asshole, so
We know.
honestly. But I looked at so when Bama just beats the brakes off Texas, he goes, "Coach, I bet you they won't." I said, "Okay, Gatorade." He goes, "Okay," straight up. He goes, "Yes, sir." I said, "Okay, Gatorade." I like Gatorade Zero.
I don't think they beat the brakes off Texas.
I think they beat Texas.
I think they're going to beat them.
Do they cover? It's 7 points. That's it.
Yeah.
Just a touchdown.
Oh yeah.
I think they win. I think they beat them by 10 plus.
They're giving Texas
10
7.
plus.
Yeah.
I got 2
both
touchdowns.
stretches.
I got 2 touchdowns. Man.
I got
Bama gonna donkey stomp.
No.
Texas is not good, man.
No, I don't think they donkey stomp. I do think it's a good game, but that quarterback for Bama is just a created player. Like, first off, have you seen him? Like, he's a creative player.
I've met him in person.
Well, yes, yours is yours, but Bama's Bama, bro. And they woke up a sleeping giant on primetime TV last year in the national championship. Warpath.
I think it's going to be close, and then eventually Bama will pull it away and they'll win by 10 plus.
I don't know about 10 plus. I don't have bets, but I say
Texas covers. Texas keeps it within 7.
I think
I don't. I think it's more than 7.
I'd like to see Bama beat the hell out of them, but I don't think it's happening.
It'd be a good day.
It'll shut up Texas fans.
The only way, there's one way I could see
Texas for a day. It would shut them up for a day.
Yeah.
It's like fucking.
I don't even know who
shut
Alabama's
him up for a
quarterback
day.
is. If I'm being honest with you,
It's Jalen Milroe.
Have you seen this? Go look him up on your phone as we speak.
He's like 6'2". He's a freaking
230.
Chiseled like a Greek god.
Bro, he's monstrous. He's like you'd create on NCAA football back in the day.
So he's a good looking athlete when you see him in person. I got to meet him before I left Sealy when we had a 7-on-7 camp. They were out there. Good looking person, and when you see him in live, like when you see kind of how he's built and stuff, and then when you put pads on him, he's just a monster. But if Texas,
close your mouth, Josh.
Yeah, I know.
yeah, wipe that drool off.
Just calm down here for a second. Give me a couple minutes. But the thing, I think the one thing that's going to help, that Texas has to do is they have to make him one-dimensional. They have to take away the running game for Bama and make him have to beat them in the air. If that makes sense, because that's been his perceived weakness, is that he's not a true, really good passer. Now he looked really good last week against Middle Tennessee. But
everybody looks good.
The thing, for me, I think for Texas, their biggest shot to get a victory defensively is that they have to take the run game away and make Jalen beat you through the air consistently. That's the approach I would go into.
Good take there, Skip.
Thank you.
Now on to Shannon. Did y'all see that? That was pretty funny. I just thought, and then you put the name tag. That's pretty funny. That's funny. I like that.
Did y'all watch the video real quick of the Mannings doing their third edition?
Yeah.
Oh, I was rolling.
I laughed with the Pat McAfee in the sleeves.
Yeah.
They put like paper for his sleeves.
This ain't for me. You got the wrong guy.
This is what y'all do all the time?
Shout out for Manny Cast. That's the only way I watch my football.
For real.
Another favorite part is when they have Tom Brady in the lobby waiting.
Yeah, he's like, you've been waiting here long, and it's a goat, right?
That was really well done.
What else, Adam? What you got? What was your big stick out from last week?
Like football was?
What are we talking about,
Slappy? Basketball.
Y'all just went all the way back to I didn't even see the Manning cast. I never watched it, so I don't know nothing about it. But I would say Texas State beating Baylor.
Oh yes,
you would say that.
They freaking donkey dicked them.
Yeah, it was a good game. I mean,
they donkey dicked them.
So
one of the things beating Baylor.
So one of the things that was interesting about that game was that one in Colorado, they had a graphic up, and those two schools were in the top 3 in terms of transfers in. about kids that had in like Colorado had 50 plus transfers, and Texas State had like close to 40 transfers. Like it was first and third in terms of the amount of transfers and roster turnover. And people were like, "Oh, is this the new way to do it nowadays?" But shout out Texas State, great win. They had T.J. Finley, ex LSU and Auburn quarterback, leading the way for them. So great
Eat 'em
job,
up, cats.
great job. It's always a great day when you beat the Bears, Baylor.
Eat 'em up, cats.
So it was a really good first week. You know, I know kind of going back to Jack's point, we kind of discussed it. I saw it all over Twitter in terms of the time and shortening of the game and stuff. And you know, it sucks. I didn't necessarily like the rule. I didn't think it needed to be implemented. It's not like college football games took forever, and besides, they're way more entertaining than
Chip Kelly.
Yeah, I know
had the
money
best
and all that kind of
quote.
stuff.
Chip Kelly
Yeah.
had the best quote of that. Hope y'all sell a lot of commercials.
Yeah, absolutely. And at the end of the game, it's all money because they got to pay for these conference, you know, revenue contracts that they sign. So they got to pinch out every penny they can places. But, you know, at least through the first week, you know, some games were affected by it in terms of your game plan and execution or lack of it. But there were still teams that scored a boatload of points. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Oregon scored 80. I'm looking at it right now. USC scored 66. Bama had 56. So, you know, it's just an adjustment. And, of course, big plays and stuff like that are
All
always
right, so
part of it.
think about a 4 series per quarter. How many points is that? 4 series, 4 touchdowns per 4 quarters. Go ahead. That's 4 times 4 times 4.
So 28 times 4. That's so you're saying 4 possessions.
4 possessions.
A
That's
quarter.
4 touchdowns. A quarter.
Okay, so that's 20. It's 28 points a quarter maximum you can score without going for 2. You know what I mean?
Yes. So it's possible.
So that's 56 a half. So that's what 112 or so game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, you know, and again, it's first week, so some of those games were blowouts over lesser foes, but
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
you know, it's still. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it hurts that there's less time to do that, and it means you have to be more, you know, beneficial with your possessions and stuff. But you know, also at the same time too, your defense is going to have to step up just like always and get and stop, so the other team doesn't stop the clock. You know, what I mean, it's still the same stuff that goes on. It's just now there's more emphasis placed on it because now the clock does no longer stop when you get a first down until the last 2 minutes of the half.
Way to be preacher, man. Way to go,
Yeah.
preacher, man. You're taking the fun out of college football. You want to be one of those guys.
Ah,
We like tutties.
I
We
do
like
too,
points. We like football on TV, not commercials.
I agree, but you know, you look
literally you're backing up their decision. Their decision was straight dog water.
I agree, but teams still put up points no matter what. Like
Yeah,
Oklahoma won
all right.
73-0.
Okay, yeah, but like we just talked about, if they get 4 series for a quarter and they score 3 times and they get the anyway, regardless of that. So you're going to tell me down the way they're going to be scoring the same amount of points later in the season when they're playing different opponents. They're still going to get that many amount of points and that much time with the ball, like they have.
I know. I did say week 1. A lot of these teams were playing weaker, inferior teams. So of course they're going to just like every, you know, like last year, previous years they would beat the same schools by 50 or 60 points. It's just typical week 1 stuff.
And you also call up the dogs in the third quarter because you want the money games. You want to keep them on your schedule so you can give them a little money.
Well,
so
I will say in some of these games, I don't know if they ever called off the dogs because you know, like Oklahoma wins 73-0. That's not calling off the dogs. Oregon
that's their third
81-7. 81-7.
That's their backups, Bubba.
Yeah,
their backups need some love.
Hey, it's not my fault they can't stop.
I know, but
well, it's like okay, Liberty and Hutto, Bubba. Like,
hey, but that was a shootout. Oh, we forgot to talk about those.
Yeah, bud.
Yeah, buddy.
Those of you that don't know, in Texas high school football last week, Hutto and Liberty Hill played. And you would think when you play a football game, if you score,
heck of a team name.
You score 80 points, you're going to win.
Yeah, you score 80 points, you think you're going to win. Hutto lost 82-80 to Liberty Hill.
Slot T Mafia.
Slot T Mafia had over 750 yards on the ground.
It's a lot.
Hutto's quarterback went off, had over 700 plus yards through the air.
Going to Tech, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a Tech guy. All that stuff, all through the air.
Yeah,
Speaking of here, I had a couple other notes from some of the stuff I can remember off the top of my head. And some of these are just from DFW schools that are either doing really well or not. But
not East Texas, though, right?
No, sorry. I was misquoted there. The DFW. I apologize to all my DFW, especially there. Okay. Argyle, are they in a decline or is it just tough schedule?
Tough schedule.
They're 0-2. Okay,
Tough
they've
schedule.
lost to Melissa, and then they lost to Lovejoy, which I know those are two really, really, really good teams.
Are they East Texas?
No, they're DFW.
All right then.
I
Just
apologize.
just
I've already
resting my
apologized.
case.
Yes, I hear your case. Yeah, I'm guilty of it, okay?
Lawyer, or I mean judge, what you got? Adam don't even know what to talk about. Judge.
DFW.
Yeah. But at the same
East
time, so like
Texas.
they've lost to
What a
Melissa, they've
maroon.
lost to Lovejoy. Both games have not been close. They've been blowouts. But last year they beat both these teams. So is it a
They
case
didn't beat
of
Melissa last year.
I thought they beat Melissa last year.
Melissa beat him, man. I've told you the story.
Hey,
Damn.
y'all see the Melissa
closer.
coach up down his kids
It's like,
in
yeah.
the China Springs
Oh,
game?
Nally, yeah. Yes.
I heard,
but
but I didn't see it. But
yes,
they beat the
but
brakes off China Spring too. Are they for
Huh.
real, Jack?
Hey.
Are they for real this
the
year?
Up, down.
Redbirds? Oh,
Yes. Are the Redbirds for real?
Yes. Yes.
I agree. They're my pick to win.
We know.
Yeah.
But they got to get through the Golden Teddies first.
I know.
We listened, and you put everything above what you should have done. I still holding grudges for this, and so are the Skyrockets.
I know.
Come on, Big Willie, baby, Big Willie.
And from personal sources, we know they got absolutely hosed in their game last week.
They did.
Lose. So shout out Skyrockets. I'm sure they're going to rebound. So
Who's the Skyrocket?
Welly, baby. Welly.
They're going to bounce back. I feel sorry for their opponents this week because they're probably going to beat the.
They will beat them by 100.
Donkey kick.
Hey,
they're going to donkey stomp them.
Donkey dick them.
You need to get a sound effect on your thing. It's ee-haw, ee-haw for this.
Hey, they are playing River Road. We beat River Road.
Oh, they're gonna beat them.
Yes.
River Road wishes the clock won't ever stop.
Ee-haw,
ee-haw. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
It's
gonna be bad. Another good game before we jump back was Alito and Geyer was another good game. Two powerhouses over there from DFW area. So,
well said. Hey man, I love college football like the next man. I love the entrances. How about Virginia Tech's entrance?
It's one of the best in college football.
It's one of the best ones out there, no doubt.
Every time I see the video on social media, I watch.
You stop and watch it, right?
I watch it because
the whole stadium is
the enter the Sandmonkey. You start going, you can start to feel the vibe and just the intensity going up. You got the whole stands going crazy, and then when it gets to the part where and it just goes into it, and I was like, oh, that's got to be the greatest feeling in the world.
Yeah. Let him go. He's on the roll like the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor.
It's a great one.
It's about to be that good time of the year where there's all 5 major sports going on at the same time. Mm-hmm. It's the tail end of hockey. Hockey, baseball, or the tail end of or the starting thing of basketball.
What is happening right now?
And then football. I'm getting to it. Let me get to
that. You lost me when you said.
You said tail end of hockey.
Tail end of baseball,
and then
hockey again. Hockey, basketball,
then the shit football. Basketball.
And
basketball just not play ever again.
I still think basketball needs to push back their season and go in November, but that's just me because NBA is a joke right now because the NFL runs the world. But anyway, you get the tail end of baseball, you get hockey, you get basketball, and you get football. Best time of the year coming up.
And this week is really, really good because not only do we get week 2 of college football, which we get Bama in Texas.
Week 1
we get Tech and Oregon there in Lubbock. We got Miami and A&M. So Cleet and I are going to be going back and forth. You got Ole Miss and Tulane, and then on Sunday you have the start of the NFL.
So real quick,
check Cowboys.
Real quick before we get on the NFL.
Sunday night, Giants take their first L.
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead, Cleet.
6.5 is a line. Oregon's giving Tech 6.5 in Lubbock.
Oregon's dog stomping Tech after I saw them against Wyoming.
You crazy?
How bad? I'm asking.
I think last week was
Does-
just
does-
a least
does-
trap game for Tech.
Does Tech cover the 6.5 in Lubbock?
Tech
think-
wins.
I
Tech
think
wins.
Tech win.
Oh.
I think last week.
Tech
That
wins.
way to
going to the
blink.
bowl.
That way to
Tech's
blink
going to the
crimson, Jack.
bowl.
I think.
That a way to blink crimson.
I think Tech was that typical
sorry,
trap
Scarlet.
game against Wisconsin. Tech actually started the game off really, really well.
It's
And then just,
Tech wins in Oak, and Tech wins in Jones, baby.
I think they're going to be fired up. I think
It's duck cut
Maybe if
season,
there's
baby.
somebody else, not
it's
Oregon.
blackout night. I
They're
love
duck
it.
cutting,
Yeah, they're
baby.
gonna get blacked out.
Duck hunt. Yeah. Red Raider Outfitter had their
That's a
had
good.
the
That's a good shirt.
advertisement.
It is a good.
That's
Yeah.
a good shirt. That's
I
a clever
almost
shirt.
bought it the other day.
That was a great game.
It's a great game and a great shirt design. Well done, Red Raider Outfitter.
Amen.
Now sponsor us.
Now sponsor.
I
Shout
didn't
out Red
see
Red
the-
Outfitter.
I didn't see the
Hit
shirt.
us up, DBAB podcast at gmail.com.
I'll send a group at them. It's pretty good. Like,
Yeah, it's actually really good. I said it's like they have like the Oregon duck. It's like the dog with the duck, and it says duck hunt, and it's like wreck 'em. It's pretty good. It's actually pretty one of the most clever ones I've
I
seen.
mean, I feel like it's pretty easy to be like the Red Raiders against the Oregon Ducks and make it something like that. I feel like that's
Why
a
not?
pretty easy design.
I mean, what are you gonna say? What if it's Oregon State Beavers? What you got? What do you got there?
I'm talking
Marketing
about
guy?
when they're the Duck
Logistics,
because duck
go.
hunt's actually a thing.
Yeah. What you gonna do with Mr. Beaver there? Come on now, Mr. Logistics, marketing guru.
We're
I
going to
don't
dam
like
it up.
Beaver cleaver, baby.
oh,
We'll beat the beaver out of you.
Stop. Make your teeth straight.
I
Or
should have.
cricket. Stop while you're ahead, big guy.
I should have.
Stop while you're ahead.
Anyways, I think they'll be.
So I think Tech wins and love it.
I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be ready to go. I think McGuire will have them fired up. They'll play at home under the lights. There'll be I think it's a blackout
all
night.
roads come through
Oh,
Lubbock.
easy. Pause there. But anyway, I do like what Joey
Y'all
said
crazy.
in his press conference.
I just-
Don't be fair weather fans. Be with us or don't be in at all. Be in, all in. or
I'm
don't
just a
be in.
realist.
Realist? Boy, you crazy.
all in
If
or
you
all
okay,
out.
if
Okay.
be all in or all in. Be all in. Or
Be
don't
all in
at
or all in.
Well,
That's
I'm
a Josh
all in
shit.
on
That's a
Only,
Josh
Josh.
shit.
only way to go up
Hey.
is up.
That's the Joshism, baby. Man, so but like what? You know, think if I told you months ago that the Big 12 would survive
Oh, I would bet my paycheck on it.
compared to the Pac-12, what are you picking?
I told you
Big
last
12?
week. I would have freaking. I've been wrong. I thought the
I'm
Pac-12 was.
talking to Slappy over here. I'm a realist, Mr.
I
Realist.
just said Big 12 would have made it.
No, you wouldn't. Shut your ass up. Shut your ass up.
I'm not saying the Big 12 is better than the Pac-12, but I'm saying that the Big 12 would have made it.
This is this
Big 12's
actually-
got all Texas teams.
Well, you're false. Anyway, the
Whoa.
Big 12 is going to last longer than the Pac-12 because the Pac-12 is done after this year, big guy. Just saying. Anyway,
I'm
back
saying
on
that
to
the Big
next.
12 would have made it, is what I'm telling you. Not that the
Pac-2,
Pac-12 was going
sir.
to make it, that the Big 12 was going to make
Pac-2.
it.
What's interesting from some of the recent expansion talk is how Cal and Stanford are going to go fly cross country and go play in the ACC with SMU. That should be
I did read that.
But I was curious. I'm kind of curious to know if that's going to affect, their television contracts. Like, does SMU, Cal, and Stanford they just sign into the current deal, or is that going to open a window for Florida State, Clemson, or maybe Miami
To get out.
because they have to redo the contract for everybody? You know what I mean? I've been kind of curious about that. Like,
But do they get out now when they added teams?
I don't like. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'd be curious to know. Like, do they just get added to the contract and then, it gets reshuffled there, but they keep the parameters and terms, or can the contract be amended and now allows Florida State, Clemson, Miami, schools like that an opportunity to get out without having to pay $120 million?
That's a big word for you. You just use. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You're using your paper for good use.
I am. Thank you. I got it looked up right here on my phone. Misspelled it and all, but
Proud of you, big guy.
Thank you. But anyways, I think the Jones is gonna be rocking. I think they'll be rocking.
You'll hear it from
And
your
the-
apartment there, Cletus.
Yep.
I doubt
the
it.
Jones is gonna be rocking, and the Red Raiders are gonna come and knock it,
I
baby.
doubt. I doubt I will. I'll hear all 80,000, maybe.
No, it's gonna be packing. The other game.
It will be rocking, but I don't think that it's going to make a difference.
Stop hating.
That's almost as bad as what he said in his dang top 5 teams of all time.
I'm still regretting that.
Yeah, you should.
See, this is why I'll never catch Cletus. That's why I'll never catch.
No, because you say dumb things like that.
I know. Anyway, switching gears. Miami, A&M in South Florida. Hopefully, it's a good game. I'm hoping it's going to be a good game and not like the shit show it was last year. Between both teams where they donkey stomped each other because they were both shitty.
That was one of the worst games I've ever seen in my life.
Tell me, and I almost went to it because Miami was up the road, and I'm so glad I didn't because I would have been so pissed. I think I would have fought somebody and got my ass. I'm going to take on all 112 of you motherfuckers. But
you're going to get donkey stomped.
I would have got donkey stomped.
You should be used to disappointment. You're a Yankees fan, Curtin.
I know.
I got Miami.
He's a realist, guys. He's Miami going to win.
That's the best thing. That's the second best thing Adam said all night besides 3-0.
I got Miami by at least 6.
What is this, brother?
What do you got to bet? You're betting? What is your betting here? We should let Mr. Logistics just bring betting lines and we see if we.
Oh, I like that. Don't tip me with a good time.
What's the spread, Adam?
I love betting lines.
Please.
Oh, I don't know.
I got you.
What? Come on, Mr. Logistics.
I love betting lines.
Well, please, looking up.
A&M is favored 4.5, so they're minus 4.5 at Miami. So Miami's getting 4.5 points at home.
That's not bad.
Which usually home is about 3 points to a touchdown is usually what the odds makers are saying.
So Adam says 6. So pretty accurate there, Adam. He says Miami wins by more than 6.
Not bad.
A&M's about to dick them.
And they ain't thinking nobody but what's getting in their butt.
Oh, they're going to dick them, Adam. They're going to dick them.
Brother, I don't think you're watching the same A&M the whole
I am.
I think it's gonna be a good game. I'm sure Cletus and I we're gonna be texting back and forth. I'm sure we'll talk shit to each other, but then also be talking shit about our own teams when they fuck up. So it's gonna be a great night. I'm gonna have a few cold ones ready to go,
bro.
Scooby's gonna be upstairs shivering because I'm gonna be yelling so much. It's gonna be great.
He should be all right because you haven't yelled at the Yankees very much this year.
Well, it's because I haven't watched the Yankees because I know I'm gonna get pissed off. But hey, speaking of the Yankees, real quick, ever since they brought up their young pups,
a baseball term so we could talk
ever since they brought up their young pups, they brought up their young pups, they've been playing well. That's all I got because they're not making playoffs. Anyways, Sunday.
Speaking of that, the Rangers might blow their load too. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, we'll talk about baseball here in a second. Sunday.
I did.
Sunday. NFL starts. There you go.
NFL week 1 of the NFL. It's go time, right? Rams, Seahawks.
That's
the first game you bring up.
Well, it's the first one that popped up.
Rams, Seahawks.
Well, it's the first one that popped up. Well, it's the Lions and Chiefs officially get
you know, the Fighting Dan Campbell start things off tomorrow.
I know.
Hell yeah.
And you bring up the sea chickens and the Billy Goats.
Yeah,
the Billy Goats.
Come on, man. Angelo State plays on Sunday.
Yeah, okay. Let me back it up a little bit. Okay, so the NFL officially starts on Thursday with the Lions and the Chiefs. So I'm actually really excited.
Those Chiefs.
The Chiefs are going to be good, even though
without Travis Kelce.
Yeah, with the news about Travis Kelce. I think the Lions are going to be a better football team than they were last year, so I'm rooting for them. And then, of course, we go to Sunday, which we got a bunch of division action going on. Like I said, the Whammies and the Seahawks. You got the Jaguars and the Colts, the Titans and the Saints. Those aren't good.
Titans and Saints is going to be a pretty good one, to be honest.
I think so. Sunday Night Football, the Cowboys and the Giants.
Pinche Cowboys and Los Giants.
Pinche Cowboys. And then last but not least, Monday Night Football, September 11th. You got Josh Allen and the Bills taking on Aaron Rodgers with his debut as a New York Jet. So it should be a really good, exciting first week of the NFL as we get a preview of it. Is there any, besides your own team, is there any team you're curious to look at to see how they do? Is there any player in general for you guys that you
The-
are?
Denver Broncos.
The
Ooh.
Lions. I want to see Dan Campbell keep this thing kind of.
Okay.
The culture's kind of changing a little bit with him.
Jaguars.
Yeah.
Hey, there's some good picks there. I think the Lions, like I said, I think the Lions are going to be fun to
Hope
watch.
I hope Trevor Lawrence breaks his ankle.
Wow.
Damn.
You better knock
Oh,
on some
chill
wood.
out.
That's messed up. You better knock on some
That's
wood. Knock
messed
on
up.
your head there.
Hey, we could always just trade from the Titans. They got 7 of them.
I would take him.
No, we're not
Whatever.
trading Trevor Lawrence. We'll just give you a piece of candy and y'all give him away.
I think the Denver Broncos are going to be pretty solid with Sean Payton and
I'm going to be curious to see how that plays out.
I like it. I think Sean Payton's literally telling him, quit kissing. You know, you saw the thing said, quit kissing babies and start being a quarterback. You know,
stop kissing
he's
babies.
being the politician instead of
Yes.
being the quarterback. And Sean Payton's like, I'll be the politician. You be the
Amen.
quarterback.
I think they're going to be good. I think, like Adam said, the Jaguars, it's going to be fun to see what Trevor Lawrence does in year 2, right?
Yes.
I want to see the Jets. Aaron Rodgers with his new team.
Yes.
Kind of curious to see how that works out.
Oh, I
Yeah.
do
We lose
like
by
the
10
Cowboys.
Monday night.
I like the Cowboys' new rally cry. If you haven't seen it, look it up.
What is it? Oh yeah,
Look it up.
yes sir.
I just say look it up, Pinche.
Hey,
No, I just looked up.
PJ Way, you'll be proud of me, Jack.
What's that?
Fancy drafted last Monday.
Yeah.
It hurt me. It paid me.
You drafted a Cowboy, didn't you?
Tony
With
Pollard.
Cowboy.
Draft.
The wrong one, Dak, because I had to have a fucking quarterback.
You'd be all right.
Hey, that might be a
Yeah.
good pick, though. He's got some
Yes.
solid weapons this year.
Dak.
So.
I'm
Dak,
also
yeah.
interested.
I got Dak and Dak and Tua. So I have the concussion and Mr. 5
Tua?
interceptions.
I did not draft Tua on any of my leagues.
I did not
and
draft
wasn't
Tua
going to.
either.
Tua
Watch him
was
go
like
off for
round
600
14
points,
pick.
but- Yeah, I watch him go off for 600 points a game or some BS. But no, I wasn't drafting Tua.
I did-
Hey, last episode I was drafting in the middle of one. You know.
Yeah.
I got
We
Josh
were.
Allen.
Oh, we
Ooh,
were. I'm sorry, Josh. I apologize. I apologize, Joshua. My
I-
team.
also-
I'm still the reigning champ in that league.
Yes,
know.
you are. Shout out Jack. He won. Almost said final.
And
You
we
won
do a pick'em. All right, funny story. We do high school pick'ems. All right, here at Terrell High School, and all the coaches pick who they're going to win on certain games and this and that. 2 weeks in a row, the champ. And last week I did the fun. I like to make funny names with the team names and mascots. So we picked. It was Houston and Utah, right? So I picked the Running Woodpeckers. That's a good name for the Roadrunners. And then another one was the Teddies for sock. Melissa was the Redbirds. Anyway, we'll go back to anyway. I just thought it was funny that I did something different and I still was beating these Joe Jacks in a pick'em. I won last year on that.
Yeah, Joe Jacks.
Yeah. So Josh, what's yours? Who's your big
That's some real scrubs.
team you want to see?
Well, y'all kind
Besides
of
the whammies.
Well, yeah, besides the Rams, to see how they respond. Even though Cooper Kupp is not playing, of course.
Is
Shocker.
he hammy still?
Yes. Like he's
Yeah,
y'all
he's got
said,
a case
like,
of Poseidus.
Yeah. It's like this big.
But
Matt Stafford won't be far behind.
Yeah, no. Y'all said some of the teams. Like I'm really curious to see how Peyton does there in Denver with Russell Wilson. Same with the Lions, and Jaguars, and don't be shocked by this. Don't get me help, but I'm interested to see the Cowboys and Giants game Sunday night.
Why?
I don't know.
Porque?
I'm just curious about the Cowboys to see. Obviously, it's not like Zeke was much of a help, but we got Pollard and all them now. But just to see how they respond and go against the Giants. It's not the Giants of the last couple of years that haven't been very good. The Giants are actually a really good franchise right now. So I think if they go out and have a really good result against the Giants, I think it's going to set them up. Just kind of thinking differently from some of the other teams that y'all just mentioned with all that stuff. And when I was looking at the rest of the matchups, nothing really. You got the Panthers and Falcons, you got the Bengals and Browns, Buccaneers and Vikings, Titans, Saints, 49ers, Steelers, which could be a good game.
Timeout. I think the Titans Saints game is going to be pretty good.
I want to see how Derek Carr does his new surround.
I think it's going to be pretty good. That's just me. I'm not even trying to
Yeah,
butter
I think,
up Cletus up here. I honestly think it's gonna be pretty good.
Titans
Yeah.
by 3.
That's
another
a good
one.
game. By 3, that's
Yeah.
a good game.
Or the
I
spread is
almost
New
want.
Orleans by 3.
I'm about to buy a Sunday ticket just so I can watch that damn game.
It's gonna be.
Fuck.
I think it's gonna be pretty good to see what Dennis Allen does with the Saints compared to now Vrabel with the Titans. You know, he's got a passing weapon now. You know, so
Yeah. You know, and then some of the other
they
games.
got Nuke, Bubba. Come on
Who?
now. They got DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
That's not who's going to throw him the ball.
Just throw it
Who's
up.
Who's
He's
What are
who's
your
going to
four
get him the ball?
quarterbacks?
Who is going to get him the ball?
Bro,
Derrick
throw it
Henry.
up. Throw
Derrick
it up.
Henry's
Brother,
going to play
he's up
quarterback.
there.
Brother, you got 4 quarterbacks. One of them's bound to make it, bro.
Bro, he's literally
Hey,
all you
Adam,
gotta do is
you're
say,
asking-
throw it up there.
You're asking the Titans a lot to complete a pass. That's asking a
Throw
lot.
it up there.
All they got to
He
do is
comes
have
down
somebody
with
that
it.
can at least throw it.
Give
up.
it to him. Give it to
Yep.
him.
Just give him a good old jet sweep.
Yes, man.
They
He
can't-
just
they can't
what
fuck
was
up
that
the
old
cause.
what was that old Kyler Murray thing? Oh shit, he's out there somewhere. That's all they got to do with though, DeAndre. He's out there somewhere. Just throw it.
Yo, Kyler Murray's about to be let go
fuck.
from the Cardinals, and I don't think he'll ever play in the NFL.
Donkey. What'd you say? In the words of Cletus Canepa?
Donkey dick him.
Donkey.
Donkey dick him. Donkey dick him.
Do they even have a backup over there?
They don't even have Colt McCoy.
It
They
was
traded
Colt
for-
McCoy and they
they-
cut him,
They
didn't they?
cut McCoy, and then they traded for.
I'll tell you who they
Joshua
got on
Dobbs.
speed dial is the Titans.
I'd be
They're just
amazed
gonna
to see
share
who has the
quarterbacks.
worst quarterback room there.
Share quarterbacks.
Either Malik Willis or Malik Willis.
How about the Ravens? How about shout out to the Ravens? They're the only team in NFL history that have an all black quarterback room.
What do you want me to do?
Okay.
I'm just saying
Good-
that's kind of
good-
shout
good-
out Ravens.
Good job.
Shout out Ravens.
Way to be diverse.
All right.
Can
Wow,
you
Cleve.
are you
Wow.
a good coach and can you play? Yes,
Wow, Cleve,
yes,
you
yes.
sound,
Okay.
your tone of your voice changed a little bit there, Cletus.
Yeah.
Super
Easy there,
excited.
big guy.
I mean,
Easy there,
crap.
big guy.
Can you do your job? Yes or no?
You're about
Who
to find
gives a
out.
shit? Who gives a shit what color you are? Can you do your job? Yes or no?
I
Okay.
get you. I understand. But it's a buddy system. You know this. Shout out Ravens.
No, that's not the full views of the D.B.A.B. podcast. That's just Cletus alone. Okay,
I mean, shit,
hashtag.
man.
Hashtag.
I just
Hashtag what Curtin said.
No, I think it's
I mean,
exciting. It's good
shit,
for the
man.
league in that kind of regard. Obviously the Ravens are always going to be a good team. They're well coached. Lamar Jackson's a great player. I think they got a great team. So,
Steelers. What do we think?
ooh, they got the 49ers. So that's going to be a good game.
Over 500.
Yeah, they'll easily be over 500. They'll make playoffs.
Mike Tomlin keeps a streak.
So they're
Yeah.
going playoffs. You
I
said.
think they go playoffs.
I mean, Mike
They're going to
Tomlin
come out of a
is
tough.
the
They're going to
king
come out of
of over 500. So
yeah.
Oh no.
They're coming out of a tough division. Them, the Bengals, and the Ravens. It's gonna be tough, but that means every division game is gonna be pretty good.
Huge.
Right?
It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge. Nobody's gonna get dunked.
Huge.
Donkey, no
Huge.
donkey stomping.
Huge.
No donkey stomping those games.
No donkey dick number.
It's gonna be huge.
Huge. Huge.
Huge.
Oh fucking hell.
So what? Oh, so you're saying the Cowboys Giants game is a good start for a Sunday NFL?
It's gonna be huge.
In the words
It's
of
gonna be
Joshua, it's gonna be huge.
Huge.
Watch it.
Huge.
Not gonna be.
I
What's
asked
your
everybody.
What's your score prediction, Josh?
Ooh,
You like to do this stuff, so I'm putting you on the spot.
yeah. Let's go.
What's the line on that game?
It's 3.5, I think.
Dallas by
Dallas
3?
3.5. Yeah, Dallas 3.5.
It's gonna be.
I'm
huge.
going to go.
bro, you ain't got to close your eyes. You ain't reading the future, man. Just give me a team.
I'm just thinking about scenarios here. 38-31 Cowboys.
38-31 for the Pinche Cowboys on Sunday prime time. What do you got, Cletus? Are you okay? You could do a Cowboys game or another game that you think you're going to get the closest score. And the closest score, write it down, Josh.
I'm writing it down
Closest
right
score gets a Gatorade.
Gets a Gatorade.
Gatorade bet.
No,
Josh says
Gatorade.
38-31 Dallas Cowboys. Is that the game you're going with? You want another game to go close with?
I'll go with that one. We'll go with that one.
All right. What's your score?
37-34, Dallas.
Okay. 37-34 Cowboys. All right, what you got, Adam?
God, it's not that hard. Just give us some numbers. I don't know why you got to overthink it.
Taste your own medicine, asshole.
35-31.
35-31 Cowboys?
Cowboys.
Los Cowboys.
Jackie
Pinche
boy.
Cowboys.
Good one. 32. Just kidding. 35-28 Dallas. Actually,
No, touchdown. Ball.
now gonna get a field goal.
No, it's already been written down.
Already been written down.
I'll go for this.
All right, so Sunday night we'll all be glued to the TV to see who gets closer to the score prediction.
Gets a Gatorade, baby.
Hopefully the
The
Cowboys
Gatorade.
win because we all picked the Cowboys. But
I did see something funny the other day. It said we are 1 week away from grown men dictating my mood for the rest of the week.
That's true.
You know,
That's fair, man.
like on Sundays, I don't get super invested.
Yeah.
Like
I do.
one of our coaches in Arizona broke a
too.
TV because he got so pissed off the Cowboys last year.
I don't break TVs, but
We need the passion. That's the kind of passion we need.
I think I like NFL Sundays because I turn off coach mode.
And you just become a fan.
Yes, Saturdays I still have coach because watching things college sports do. I love college sports. Don't get me wrong, but I think I turn it off on Sundays and watch football. Like I pick up things as a coach, I see things, but on Sundays I turn it off and watch as a fan.
Yeah.
You got your jersey
We got his
on.
pom-poms.
I don't got
Pom-poms to the
jerseys. I got
Cowboys.
my star on my chest, but I turn it off and I watch as a fan, all of it, and enjoy it. Saturdays,
Yell
not
at your
so much.
TV.
Yes. What the hell are you doing? Son of a bitch.
But the nice thing about all this now, fellas, is that when at the end of the week, Friday night, Saturday night, Sundays, all we got
Football.
is football, baby. So it's the best part of the year.
Thank goodness.
Best part of the year. Tail end of
It's
baseball,
gonna
which
be huge.
gonna be huge. But speaking of baseball, as we end up
Speaking of donkey dicking,
donkey dicking around, we're getting to the end of baseball season. Playoff race is heating up. We're gonna
How
look
about
at
the
we're gonna
Rangers?
start off.
shut up.
We're gonna
Shut
start off in the AL wild card because that is really close and tight for the second wild card spot. The Rays already pretty much had the first wild card wrapped up for the most part.
Oh shit.
What, Cletus?
Yes, it's an ass kicking.
Yeah,
That's why I said donkey dicking. That's what I just said.
3 games
Thank
in a
you.
row, the Rangers had an opportunity and they just get donkey stomped by the Astros.
Donkey dick.
Everybody knows how we feel about the Astros in this.
Yeah,
Way
love
to
them.
bring it up. Way to bring it up, man.
Love
No one
them, man.
cares. We're about
Anyways-
to change subjects and put you in timeout because we want to hear you slap ass say anything else about the Astros.
Yeah, we'll put you
Continue,
in timeout.
Josh.
Anyway, so the wild card
Los
right now,
Astros.
we got the Seattle Mariners who are in the second spot of this recording of this episode. They're a game and a half over the Rangers and Toronto, who are both tied, sitting behind them. So it's going to be interesting to see. Still got a lot of games left, so a lot of ground could be changed. Hopefully the Rangers can get out of their little funk and get back on the run. Because the one thing, too, about the AL West is that it's still close for all three teams, the Astros, the Mariners, and the Rangers. So it's not like the Astros are running away with it. And
But
it's
getting
just
swept is not a good sign.
It's not a good sign.
And I think the Astros have a series with everyone left in the West too.
So does the Rangers.
I think that's right.
Right. It should be, end of the year should be a lot of your division folks.
Guess
Great
who the
baseball
last- guess who-
knowledge, Cleet.
Guess who
I don't
has the
think that I'd have
last?
made it out.
Guess who was the last weekend of the year?
It's Mariners, Rangers. Mm-hmm.
Could have big
I think
playoff.
because this is the last
implications.
series. This is the
Astros and
last
Rangers.
Astros Rangers series, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Because the
got
Astros
that.
play the Astros play the Mariners like a week or two before the Rangers do.
Yeah.
It's one of the last series of the year freaking Houston usually does not play very well against Seattle
Is
this
it in
year.
Seattle?
I can't remember off the top of my head. I glanced at it because I was kind of curious on how many games are left. And who do we have?
Yeah, I was looking at it too. They get the Angels, Astros, Angels,
They play
Guardians,
they play in
Athletics.
Seattle.
Or
Athletics,
in
and Seattle.
Seattle.
In Seattle.
Oh shit!
And the Rangers play in Texas.
The
Where?
Rangers have 7 games left against the Mariners. They play 3 in Texas, and then the last
Yes.
4 are in Seattle.
Yeah.
Oh, they got
So-
2 series.
Yeah, they play.
Damn.
So the Rangers play the Mariners, and they play somebody else, and they play the Mariners again.
Okay. We're
But for
Astros
Seattle,
are a half
for
game up.
for Seattle's got the Rangers for 3, the Astros for 3, and then the Rangers again for 4 in the year. So a lot of ball games, left to play. Wild card division spot still on the line. Other than that, I think it's pretty much that's set. You know, you got Toronto in there that could you got to worry about. But other than that, you know, Boston's 5 games behind. The Yankees are 6.5. Long as it'd be really nice if the Yankees could like finish the year on a good note and not be in last place in the AL East. That'd be really
6.5. They're 17.5 games behind Baltimore.
No, for the wild card.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
No, yeah,
division.
No, the divisions. Yeah, they're not winning the division, but if they don't, they can at least not make it and be the bottom team.
You hate to see it.
Hate to see it.
And then, of course, in NL, you got the Phillies and the Cubs are both sitting at 1 and 2
Phillies.
Wild card. Now, looking at the standings, it's crazy this year. Baltimore, you know, they're 3 games up over the Tampa Bay Rays. They're having a great season. The Twins are up. Of course, the Astros are up. The Braves, best team in baseball. Right?
The Braves are, right?
Yeah, they're 90 and 48, best record in baseball. Then you got probably one of the worst divisions, NL Central. Brewers up 1.5 over the Cubs. Both Centrals are terrible divisions. If you look at the teams, like the Yankees would be like second AL Central, and they'd be shitty. And then of course you have the Dodgers.
Dodgers!
Didn't
look
one of
where
the Dodgers
look where the Padres are. Oh my god!
did one of the Dodgers players
Where
like,
the
get
Padres?
arrested?
Yeah, he did.
They're nine.
Yeah.
They're
Padres are
15.
fourth.
Oh,
They're 19 and a half games
19 and a half.
first place.
Out of what place?
First.
They're
in the West.
66 and 75. Let's look at the wild card. Let's see how far back they are.
Bro, that dude's gone. He lost his job.
They're 7 games back in the wild card. Like
They had so much hype this year. How are the Mets? They had a bunch of hype on them too.
That's trash too.
The Mets are 64 and 75, 8 games behind in the wild card. In their division, the Mets are 26 and a half games back.
Bro, I say the Padres, that infield, the $1 million or $1 trillion infield is no longer in session.
No.
It's like my hairline gone.
But it's gonna be crazy to see MLB as it, like we said. I don't know how many games left.
Like 15, 20. I don't know. Not very many.
I don't know.
No.
I just know.
3,
when it happens. I wish it doesn't happen, but when it happens, I'm gonna tell you it happened, and I'm gonna say I told you so.
That is true.
23.
I literally said it when we started this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
There's about 23 games left, give or take. So it's going to be interesting to see. The Rangers, obviously control their destiny, I believe, in terms of either
their bullpen
bullpen controls their destiny.
Oh, was it y'all that sent that?
I sent that
in the group. Yeah. I told my buddy that's a Ranger fan. I said, "Yeah." He looked at me. He says, "Yeah, that's about right."
Bro, their bullpen. They literally can get some smug. Adam could go pitch in their bullpen and probably give up 2 home runs compared to the 12 they've been giving up.
Hey, man. I can at least hit the strike zone.
I literally complimented you, asshole. Come on now.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I could at least.
They hit that strike zone. They're just hitting it where they can hit it. Homers out the park.
Well, they just suck. I don't know what they're doing.
Their bullpen and their injuries and their bats control their destiny. And at the moment, you just got mollywopped by the Astros that are getting hot.
In 3 games.
They're getting hot at a time when they need to get hot, and the Rangers are getting worse when it's not time to get worse.
And what's crazy about it was, like, leading up into the series, the Astros weren't really playing good baseball. Like, they got and again, I liked it, but they got swept by the Yankees, who are absolutely terrible. You know what I mean? So like going into that, you're thinking, all right, if the Rangers can just go out there and and
Win
Do
two of
something.
them.
yeah.
Win something or make it a series or something. Come on.
So far in this series, let me see, they lost 13-6, and they lost 14-1. So that's 27-7 in runs, and then tonight is what 12-1.
12-3, I think.
Thanks, man.
12-3.
Oh.
12-3.
39 runs to 10. Like that's just,
That's donkey stomping.
and of course, it looks like tonight your Cuzzo
And
He
and
went
most
out.
of
the
it,
game.
and most of it's a long ball too.
Yes.
Like this series, the Astros have hit a shit ton of home runs.
Well, it's like Oprah Winfrey out there. You get a home run. You get a home run. You
Pretty
get a
much.
home run.
Well,
Oh, you
hell,
want two? Here's two of them.
well, hell, Tuve was 3 for 3 with 3 jacks last night.
He wearing the wire again. That's why.
You know what makes
Yeah.
tonight? What makes tonight even worse was that it was Verlander and Scherzer on the mound, and Verlander was
Oh.
his typical self: 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Scherzer, 3 innings, 6 hits, 7 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. But
Come on.
you get
3 innings?
Mhm.
Yeah, you ain't gonna win if your starter pitcher's going 3 innings.
But sometimes he's like that. I feel like there's times where he has games like that.
But that's like when you need your bullpen and your
Whatever.
bats to back you out. Get you out of crappy situations, like a plumber. It's a crappy job, but someone needs to do it. Well done,
Anyway,
Rangers.
football's about to start. I ain't worried about baseball anymore.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But gentlemen, as always, a great episode tonight. D.B.A.B. D.A.B.
Oh, Adam, where's our hats at? I'm putting you live on
Yeah,
blast.
where's our
We need a
hats at?
picture of our hat.
Oh shit!
Come on, man.
Oh.
It's been like 2 months.
It's
We
been
need
2
our
months. We got you in
merchandise.
charge of one job, bro.
We need our
Okay.
merchandise.
One job.
Y'all relax. Y'all got merchandise. Well, I
Adam.
guess y'all got merchandise. Cleat still. We're still. He's
Adam,
still up
you're
in the
doing a
air
great
if-
job.
If he has a hat.
You're doing a great job, Adam.
Adam, please stop. You know you want this hat.
I do
Cleat
want the hat,
needs
but
that
he's
hat.
yeah. Look at me, Adam. I need the hat. You should work right here. Cover this beautiful face. The hat.
I'm
He's got a
working
face
on
for radio, baby. A face for radio.
Yes, sir.
Well, you better figure it out.
I'm
Or I'll
working
figure it
on it
out,
with all
and
my
I'll go
free
work
time.
your San Marcos jabroni ass, and I'll throat punch you, or I'll donkey kick you, or whatever Cletus has been saying.
Yes. But gentlemen, as always, dynamite episode talking about football from high school all the way to professional, ending it on a baseball note. As always, zingers and dingers and all that in the show. Adam, thank you again for joining us. Like Cletus, Jack, again, always doing great stuff here on the DBAB podcast. Fellas, take it easy tonight.
Need to talk to y'all after
Thank you
this.
to all of our listeners. Shout out to all of our special listeners who always give us time out of their day to hear us ramble and talk about sports when they can go somewhere else and do it. Reminder, our podcast can be found anywhere podcasts are available. Apple, Spotify, all the above, YouTube, and we are now on X.
Follow us on
AKA
X. We all got Twitter. We all got X profiles. Follow us.
Yes, all got X pros. They're always tagged onto our posts. So go follow us, like, retweet us, see what we do, and all the be the light moments that we have. But
We
without
also
further
have
ado,
a
ahead.
Facebook dater.
Yeah, right. I don't know why I was pointing up. He's up.
The only way up is up, baby.
Only way up is up. Yeah. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you as always. Remember, be the light, be the positivity that we need in this world. Be good, love each other. Peace and love, baby. Have a good one.